We're not going to do that. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make this event all about me on the slopes of Canada. I'm going to do all of that and I'm going to show myself, and it's going to be as if I was going to the BAFTAs, only going to change the location to Canada. Location doesn't really matter, does it? Yes, it matters, Megan. Location matters a lot because location, if you were an actress, if you were trained as an actress, you would know the location is what produces the action of the actor in the character they are portraying. So location matters. If you couldn't go to London because Prince William did not invite you, nobody invited you there, then the next best thing is going to be Canada. Are you as shocked as I am? I am so shocked. How is it possible that Meghan Markle was not invited to the main event of last week in London, the BAFTA award ceremony, where all the great actors were celebrated? Can you imagine what it must have felt like not be invited to the BAFTAs by her brother-in-law, Prince William? She calls Will, who happens to be the president. Kate Blanchett was there. Emma Stone was there. Prince William, you are the president of it, and you forget the movie star, your sister-in-law, the Duchess of Sussex, the way that she considers herself to be one of the greats and not get an invitation. Excuse me, Will, I'm your sister-in-law, a famous actress. I married your brother, Prince Harry. Can I have an invitation? I mean, come on, we've done so much work within the last 4 years, such as the documentary for Netflix, the Freedom Flight to America, the book Spare, which can be turned into a movie. Why not? I have done the podcast. We have betrayed your family, the royals, lied through our teeth in the interview with Oprah Winfrey. I have done a cookbook many years ago. I have done a children's book. Don't you think there should have been an award to celebrate me, Meghan, Harry? Can you please call your brother and remind him who I am? I do not think he understands the caliber of greatness that I possess as the greatest actress from the cable show Suits. How can I not be awarded a special award for everything that I have done along with your brother? You invited Kate Blanchett to sit next to you. Does that show any kind of desire to want to unify the family? We, myself, and Prince Harry, we are so ready to be given roles of importance. We've been waiting. I've been waiting. Okay, maybe your brother, Prince Harry, is not an actor. He's not an artist. He doesn't know much about anything. I'm kind of dragging him around and I'm carrying him along with me. But me, how could you not invite me to the greatest celebration of the greatest actors? Why would you not think that I belong there to sit next to you on the other side of Kate Blanchett? Do you remember when I first married Prince Harry, your brother? All the men were going crazy. I was this great actress, and you were so shy to even talk to me. All of you were intimidated by me. Suits. That was a great show. That's a great show. I am that great actress. My name is Duchess of Sussex. It has nothing to do with the fact that I married your brother. No, 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 no. Even before I married your brother, I was this great actress that was parading around in Hollywood and Canada, chauffeured everywhere, and I had a security guard. That was even before. Now I'm just continuing my journey. You're not going to invite me? Princess Catherine, she's not doing so well. She's recovering. She's not in the picture. I could have come. I could have come and taken the role, Prince William. Why can't you think that that could have happened? Prince Harry's ready to come in and assume the roles so we can help out during this difficult time that you're going through. The king experiencing and going through a difficult time, being diagnosed with cancer, Princess Catherine having to recuperate after having surgery. We're here for you. We've always been here for you. We don't want to be associated with titles. The rebranding of our website, yeah. How does that make us hypocrites? It makes you both hypocrites because you say one thing and you do completely the opposite. The desperation for you to be linked to the royal family you've put down, that you've stepped on, that you've lied about, that you've betrayed. Now associating yourself by changing the website to everything that you could change it to show that you have linkage to the royal family. Hello, everybody. My name is Mihaela. This is the Art of Experiencing. As always, my channel, all the episodes have only to do with my interpretation, my opinion of people as if they were characters. So the next thing where she could go to, where she could filter herself into, where she could make her way to be seen was Canada, an event that has nothing to do with her. If she could not go to the BAFTA ceremony in London, where all the amazing actors were celebrated and nominated and became winners in their work over a lifetime of acting, training, to be able to portray those characters, the next best thing was to go and show her face and show her fashion style, clothes, and her big boots to cover her ankles to complement the rest of her appearance was Canada. The Invictus Games, which are not even happening right now, but it's the year before they are going to happen in Canada. So let's go, Harry. I am so excited to go and find out about those people who are going to participate in the Invictus Games. We are so grateful to be able to do some good for the veterans. We're going to show their stories, having the willingness to go and compete and live life to the fullest. The Invictus Games, to show off, to be the center of attention while she's watching. I don't know what she was watching because we never got to see anything else. We didn't watch any of the competitors. We didn't see any of the stories of those beautiful, amazing people these games are supposed to be about. Everything turned in the show of Meghan and Prince Harry again and again. The interview that Prince Harry gave to Good Morning America, to the reporter who is the son of the great actor Christopher Reeve. Prince Harry loves his family. He doesn't understand why he's not being asked to go in an important role. They want roles, they want principal roles to go and save the royal family, especially during this difficult situation they're going through. We are ready. They are ready to go and take over. Maybe even if you decide, King Charles, during this time, you are recuperating and you are going through the, I'm sure, difficult treatment of cancer to get over on the other side and to get better and healthy, we can take over for Prince William and Princess Catherine while she's recuperating. We can come and be taking their main roles, which is what we wanted all along. Why not? You haven't shown anything in the last 4 years to prove that you're capable of coming up with something that is creative. So when you're expecting to be at the same level and you're behaving as if you are at the same level of all the movie stars of Hollywood, you do not take into consideration the most important thing, which is those people got to where they got because they do a lot of work, a lot of training on themselves, first of all, to become better as actors. You do not do any work because you do not think that you need to do any work, because you think that you are it. Of course, this is only my imagined conversation. This did not happen. I don't think that this happened between them and Prince William. I'm putting myself in the shoes of Meghan as if I was interpreting a character and I was trying to put myself in her shoes. This is what I think happened in her delusional mind. When she saw that she was not going to be part of the BAFTAs and she came to Hollywood, took her Prince Harry by the hand 4 years ago from England and said, I'm going to take you to Hollywood and we're going to be movie stars. We're going to get to the A-list status. Our life is going to change. We are going to be at the same level with Kate Blanchett. We are going to be at the same level as all these other incredible actors, Emma Stone. But she didn't take into consideration that those people have based that status on the hard work that they've put on for so many years to get there, and they continue to do that work. She thought that she was going to go there and she was going to call herself, which she has and she's doing now with the rebranding of their new, the office of the Duke and Duchess, the office of the Duke and Duchess, as if they are royals in America, which doesn't make any sense. She thought that those titles are going to give her the same status of those powerful actors. How does anybody think that? They are these amazing people who want to do good, show up and do good, or whatever the motto is on their website. I don't even know. Show up and do good. Maybe there is a little bit of an adjustment that you should have made, because it's not about showing up and doing good. It's about showing up doing great. Good doesn't require for anybody to try to strive to do better. Doing good is what you are doing, which is not even doing good, is doing nothing. Show up and do nothing. That's what it should be. Show up and do nothing. Marry a prince like I did, get to be called Duchess of Sussex, and then everybody's going to open their arms. You're going to be invited to participate and be one of the great actresses due to that title. Well, that doesn't matter, because you cannot portray characters. You cannot become a great actress only supported by the title that you got because of marrying into the royal family that you stepped on, lied about, and betrayed. So Canada was the next best thing after the BAFTAs. Let me go to Canada. Let me go and try to put on my smile and my facade and show myself with all my outfits that I have. I'm going to show you who I am. I'm going to walk alongside Prince Harry on the slopes, on the snow, making the sounds when I step on the snow with my boots, very expensive. That's going to bring me to the level of great actors. No, it's not. Acting does not happen because you think you are great. Acting happens when you do the work that people don't even see. It's all the work that's being done in rehearsal process. It's all the work that's being done before the movie is being shot. It's all the work that those great actors that you want to get to the level of are doing all year round, even between projects, even when they're not working. So no, you were not invited to the BAFTAs, and I guarantee you she was so upset because she came to Hollywood to be in the same room with the same people that now are going to England and are in the same room with Prince William, whom they left because they could not put up with the institution. They could not put up with what they believed in. They came to be part of the Hollywood A-listers. Now the Hollywood A-listers are going to be with Prince William in the same room. And she's probably scratching her face going, what have I done? What have I done? Probably telling Prince Harry, call your brother right now and tell him we're ready to take on the principal roles. Now she sees that everything that she wanted is back in England. She made a mistake because she wasn't thinking, and she's not thinking because she thinks she knows everything. So she goes to Canada with her prince, who gives an interview, like I said, to the morning show. He talks about how much he wants to see his family from now on. He loves his family very much. He's going to try to go there as much as he can. Then he talks to some people who release the fact that they are ready, both of them. We're ready, we're waiting. We're waiting. Can you call us? Hello? Call us. We're ready to come and help. Let us be part of the royal family again and take principal roles because we're ready to do it. Now that you need somebody else to help you with what's happening there, let us come. We're ready. You're not ready for any roles. I don't understand what role you want to take on, Prince Harry. I don't understand what role Meghan Markle is expecting herself to take on. Even with this signing with a great agent, Ari Emanuel, the agent, no matter that she signed with Ari Emanuel, he's not able to do anything because she's not ready to do anything. She doesn't have the training. She doesn't have the capacity. She doesn't have the creativity to be able to do anything. It doesn't matter how great of an agent you are. You can't take something or someone and make something of them if they have nothing to support that. So now she's going back, depending on the Duchess and the Duke of Sussex website, putting everything on the website that's associated with the royal family because she's realizing that's the only thing she can depend on. So she comes back from Canada, and then the one thing that Meghan Markle has is she has the willingness to keep on trying. So the next best thing after Canada, where, okay, I'm done with that. I'm probably bored with what's happening here. It's not big enough for her. She doesn't want to be in the mountains. She doesn't want to be in the provinces with the peasants. This reminds me of Nina, the character of Nina from The Seagull of Chekhov. But at least the character Nina realizes that she's not a great actress. There's this famous monologue where she talks about the fact that she feels that she doesn't know how to act. She doesn't know what to do with her hands. She doesn't know how to behave on stage. And she's on a train having to go to the provinces to act because she can't get any acting in the main cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg. So she's on a train with the peasants. The character Nina from The Seagull realizes that she's not a great actress. Meghan doesn't. She doesn't realize that. She thinks she is for some reason that's unknown to me because I don't understand how you can consider yourself to be a great actress when you have nothing to show for that. So she kind of goes on this excursion to Canada, which is the province in comparison to London and the BAFTAs. She goes there and she has a little bit of fun, and then she puts on the face and she takes off the facade when she sees that there's nobody there to film her, or she thinks there's nobody there to film her. Allows the facade to drop, and then you can see her face, the way she's looking at Harry when he is in the spotlight, grabs his arm. She wants to make herself be seen so she can wave to the cameras, smile on her new endeavor, which is going to be podcast. Her podcast is going to be on Lemonada. Lemonada. It's not going to be on Spotify, but it's okay because she doesn't want to be on Spotify. Her podcast did not do well. So now she's going to go with a smaller company where she's going to have greater control. Lemonada is going to be the next stop for her podcast, the old one and the new one. Bravo, bravo, bravo. We have so many things that we're going to do. We have so many things that we're going to do. You have no idea. We've told you the same thing 4 years ago, and we've done absolutely nothing except for the garbage that they've done in using their family, the royal family, to be able to get some attention. They can't get any attention doing something great. She was there, and then she came back to California. She realized that those people up in the mountains of Canada, that wasn't sufficient. Like Nina, like the character of Nina from The Seagull. But Nina knows, at least she knows that she's not great. She talks about herself not being great. And I think that if Meghan would take a little bit of a example from Nina, if she ever read The Seagull, I don't even know if she read The Seagull, but if she did, she would be able to take a little bit from Nina's character and say, listen, I know I'm not the greatest actress. I was so much wanting to get to that top list my whole career, but it's difficult. Admit how difficult it is to get to that 1% of actors status. People would relate to her. They would identify with her because she would behave as a human being. If she would take that from Nina, the character, people would be understanding that she's admitting that she's not all of the things that she wants to appear to be. Revealing your true self is what will captivate other people. Only then the spectators, the audience can relate to what you're saying and what you're doing. If you're keeping on the facade, the public persona, and you're not revealing the private persona, the only time she reveals her private persona is when she doesn't believe there are cameras around, and then she'll show those anger expressions when she's not center of attention, when Prince Harry is not paying attention, when she's not in the middle of the spotlight. She's not center stage always. Go read The Seagull, please. Look at Nina. Take something from Nina. If you want to be Arkadina, Arkadina is the mother of Konstantin Treplev in The Seagull, who has made it to the big stages of Moscow and St. Petersburg. And that's what Nina aspires to do. She wants to be at the same level of greatness in acting as Arkadina. You want to be Arkadina, but you're not Arkadina. You are Nina, but you are Nina without the authenticity of Nina. And her knowing that she's not at the level of Arkadina. I say this to my students all the time. Sometimes we have to learn from the characters to be guided in our life. And other times we have to guide the characters. That's why acting is such a powerful craft, because it can teach you how to understand, how to become self-aware of what you're doing, what you need to do. If you pay attention, if you have read plays, if you have read scripts, if you have done the training that actors do, you know? So she comes back from Canada. She's back in Hollywood. What does she do next? Some of the people have talked about this on some of the channels on YouTube and other platforms. Some of them have called the restaurant that she was seen going to and coming out. There's a little video of her coming out from this very known Italian restaurant, and some people called it Ciccone, but it's not Ciccone. She went to the most famous restaurant in the world called Cipriani. It's not Cipriani, it's not Ciccone, it's Cipriani. It's pronounced as it's read. Cipriani is one of the most famous Italian restaurants in the world. It has interesting story going back almost 100 years. It was opened in Venice, Italy, Venezia, Italia, in the 1930s by Giuseppe Cipriani. He then went on through his children and the children's children, most recent grandson, Giuseppe, also named after him, Giuseppe Cipriani, who has opened Harry's Bar. He went on to open it in New York. He went on to open it in Beverly Hills. He went on to open it all over the world. I believe Dubai. It's everywhere. Cipriani restaurant is the place that Meghan went to have lunch a couple of days ago. The reason why one goes to Cipriani is because they want to be seen. Cipriani is again associated with A-listers, all of the greats in the film industry, music industry, all of the top people in the world go to Cipriani. It is a known place. Even back in the 1930s, something when it was opened, from that time, it was associated with Hemingway, associated with duchesses. It was associated with countesses, with Orson Welles. It was associated with actors and directors and artists who would go there, and they made it famous. Giuseppe Cipriani, the inventor, the owner, the great grandfather of the now Giuseppe Cipriani, who's taking the Cipriani name and restaurant and put it all over the world, even invented the drink Bellini. Bellini drink was invented by Giuseppe Cipriani in the 1940s or 50s at Harry's Bar, and the name was inspired by a great painter from Venice, Giovanni Bellini, I believe the painter's name was. The reason why then Mr. Giuseppe Cipriani gave Bellini the drink that painter's name is because he saw the same colors in the mixture, which is pureed white peach nectar and Prosecco. He saw the same colors that Bellini, the painter, was using in his great paintings. The story goes. Another thing that was invented by Mr. Giuseppe Cipriani in the 1940s or so was the Carpaccio. Carpaccio is also named for a great painter from 1400s or 1500s in Venice. The legend goes, the story goes, Giuseppe Cipriani, the owner of Harry's Bar, who came up with Harry's Bar, the first location of the Cipriani that still exists in Venice. Carpaccio is the raw meat, the red meat with the white sauce. And again, he was inspired by Carpaccio, another great painter from Venice, because of the colors that the painter used in his paintings. I don't even know if she knows that much. Is she interested in actually finding out about this backstory to this great place that she goes to in Beverly Hills? She was seen coming out of Cipriani in Beverly Hills. I wonder, was she even considering, let me find out a little bit about the history of this place. I think the only thing that she knew was that by going to Cipriani, she's going to be in the same restaurant with all the greats. She's always wanting to associate herself, to put herself in the same location with the A-listers. Probably figured out that Cipriani is the place that everybody goes to. So then she says, let me go there. Let me put my coat, my winter coat on when it's not necessary because it's not cold outside. I'm going to go to Cipriani with a friend of mine, and I'm going to pretend again that I am a great actress, because that's where the great actors go to. Just because you go to Cipriani and just because you associate yourself in the space, in the location with the great ones, does not make you a great actress. You still have to do the work. And she and Prince Harry do not believe in doing the work from what we've seen within the last 4 years. They're not doing it. I can only imagine, if I put myself in her shoes, as I do when I work as an acting teacher, as an acting coach, I can't help but, having done this, having taught acting for such a long time, I can't help but put myself in the situation of those characters to better understand them. If I'm going to have believe that I am something that I'm not, if I'm going to consider myself that I am at the same status of the A-listers when it comes to my work as an actress, knowing that I'm not, I'm an acting teacher, I'm going to behave like them on the red carpet, and I'm going to associate myself with them by going to Cipriani and having the bodyguard open the door for me and guiding me to going through the door and then coming out again as if I were a big star. And I'm walking out of Cipriani I would be embarrassed to do that. I could not do that. I don't know how she walks around being able to have that much. I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know what to call it. What do you have to be able to consider yourself to be someone you're not? It's one thing to want to improve yourself and to become better. And it's one thing to want to get to that status, but that would have to show the real you in order to attract people to understand what you're capable of doing by showing them where you are at this present time. At this present time, you're not there. You are wanting to get to that level. So show that. Why don't you show that? Yes, I've always wanted to make it. I've always wanted to become a great actress, and I wasn't able to, like so many other people were not able to. I wasn't able to, but I'm not going to continue behaving. I'm not going to have my husband rent a bodyguard and have me walk around going to Cipriani in New York, where, by the way, I used to work. That was my first job when I first came to New York, when I was going to school. I was going to get my master's degree from the actor studio program, and I was working at Cipriani, one of the locations in New York City. I worked there for 12 years. That was my first and only job outside of acting. I saw all the people that came there over the years that I was there. You're talking about people like Penelope Cruz. You're talking about everybody that you can think of. Bill Gates, Bon Jovi, presidents, all of the people, politicians, anybody that you can think of, all of the people that we see on television would come to Cipriani. We would see them all the time. All these people were coming in and they were the most modest. I never saw anybody behave the way that Meghan is behaving. She's trying to behave as if she were an A-lister, but the A-listers do not behave like she does. When you achieve that status that they achieved, they don't have to prove themselves. They don't have to show off anymore because they know they merit to be where they are. And they continue to understand that they have to continue the work to maintain that success. It's only somebody like Meghan and Harry who have not done the work. They were able to get the recognition and the fame they have due to talking about the most private moments of the family members of the royal family. For them to be able to get famous, they don't have anything to stand on. So they have to convince themselves that they are someone. That's why they take on these grand gestures. They have the chauffeur and the bodyguard, like she did, open the door and she's walking out. You don't see anybody else do that. She had to make another huge gesture of that because she wants to let us know, here I am again. Location, I'm going to Cipriani, where all the great actors go to, known people in their field go to. It's so sad to watch. Let us know. Let us know who you are as people first. So then you can gain the audience that's going to like you for the right reasons. I think those were the locations. London's British Film Awards, to Canada, to then Beverly Hills. I think because she could not believe that her brother-in-law, the person she wanted to run away from and take Harry away from. Remember the incident that's being described in Spare when Harry talks about Prince William grabbing him, breaking his necklace while he pushes him, and he falls on the dog's bowl, feels the cuts in his back, and the things that Meghan said about Princess Catherine, who's more of an artist. That's why they're so envious. So now they're watching Prince William surrounded by all these movie stars, and they're not surrounded by movie stars because nobody wants to be around them. You would think they would be able to have a team of people to guide them in the direction where they can maybe achieve that which they think they are right now. Maybe she can go and train. I've been saying this. You can train as an actress. The great actors continue to train with an acting coach when they work on their movies. And I've said that for somebody to be able to walk around as if she were more than she is, You have to really believe in your mind that you are there. You can't just put yourself in those situations if you knew you have so much more to do and so much more to learn. You can't, because your morals will not let you do that. Wait a minute. What have we done so far that allows us to behave as if we have conquered? We got to the status of humanitarians who are showing up and doing good. Well, I go back and I say, showing up and doing good is just mediocre to try to do great. That's the difference between them and those people who achieved greatness. Go read the story of Cipriani restaurant. I am telling you the story of Cipriani restaurant, starting with the first owner back in Venice, Giuseppe, then going to his son, Mr. Arrigo Cipriani, which I happened to meet when I was working at Cipriani in New York, now being in the hands of Giuseppe Cipriani, who is the grandson. Is so interesting. There's so much to that story. Cipriani has become the Italian best restaurant beginning almost 100 years ago. People go to Harry's Bar in Venice. One of the things on the bucket list is to go to Harry's Bar in Venice and have a Bellini in the original place. I mean, that's how great this place is. It was made great over generations with hard work. Those people have worked at it to maintain it at the quality where it's still the most famous Italian restaurant in the world. As always, these are my opinions, my interpretations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, everyone.